Welcome to Extras, part of the Drag Me to the Movies podcast. My name is Joe,
I'm Ned.
and in this episode, we're going to discuss AI. Ooh, spooky AI, it's everywhere. But yeah, Ned and I are going to talk about, where does it belong? Where does it have a place? There's a lot of controversy and discussion around AI right now, and
Yeah, for sure.
Ned and I figured we'd capitalize on some of that.
Yeah.
So, Ned, let's start with I know this is a movie podcast, but let's start with the one that everybody is suffering from currently. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or enjoying, depending.
Okay.
AI videos on social media.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this?
Um. Generally, I don't like them, and especially ones that are kind of misleading. Um. Like there was one that I saw where it was essentially like a bunch of larger DoorDash individuals that would end up on like cheaply made porches and fall through and just pop back up saying, "Here's your order." Like stuff like that. I can see some of the humor in it, but generally I'm like, no, I don't want to see that in my feed. What about you?
Yeah. So I'm in a mix, a bit of a mix, right? So
Dangerous mix?
it's getting close. It's getting close to being a dangerous mix. So where what I mean by this is there are different classifications of what I'm seeing out there right now with AI.
Yeah.
There's uh and it's probably even further than that than what I'm about to say, but there's humor AI videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that are so clearly AI
Yes.
that that are humorous. There are I don't even know if you call them deep fakes anymore, but like AI versions of celebrities that have passed,
Yes.
both being used, in my opinion, for humor and for I think financial gain, which that's its own
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I know Hollywood has been dabbling with this, and even video games are doing the same type of thing where they're using AI resources.
Right. I also see a lot of potential discrimination and hate on the internet with AI. Uh,
I haven't seen that as much, luckily.
so example I can give, and this, I know I borderline myself coming off as you're too sensitive or anything like that, but back in the day, Ned, and I think back to like the Newgrounds days, right?
Okay.
Come on a little journey with me, right?
Okay.
There was a lot of videos that were put out in Newgrounds and E-Bombs World and stuff where the content wasn't like high quality, not in like the graphic, but it was like lowbrow, like fat jokes, gay jokes, black jokes, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a return of that on social media, and I'm seeing it specifically through AI, a lot. And I don't know, I don't blame AI for it. Like AI is not doing that. That people are prompting AI to do this, but I think it's so effective because there's that anonymity or anonymity and oh my lord,
Anonymity?
anonymity,
Yeah.
yeah, behind it, right?
Right.
Anybody behind a keyboard can generate the video and post it. Um, and they think they're getting some cheap laughs. And in a lot of cases, I've seen some of them and I giggle, but like when it's just the same thing over and over and over again, and it's kind of not highbrow humor. It's definitely
Yeah. Yeah.
lowbrow at the expense of people. Um, so that one I don't care for. The ones that I'm kind of at a mix at for myself is the celebrity ones that I'm seeing, specifically the celebrity humor ones.
Mhm.
Like I've been seeing a lot of like Bob Ross, Fred Rogers, Macho Man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else, but a lot of those things, and they're pretty funny. Like I get a good laugh out of them, but then I think back to like if like Macho Man was my grandpap or my dad or whatever, and I'm seeing him being betrayed like this on the internet freely, like how would that make me feel?
Yeah, well,
And
that and
not
not
great.
being compensated too.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a whole other thing, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean just from like seeing somebody who's passed live again in AI form um is uh is I'm sure unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Um I generally like I how much I would love to see Robin Williams again. I don't want to see an AI Robin Williams. I don't want to see like when they're doing it for movies with like the de-aging stuff. Um
Mhm.
that tech has definitely gotten a lot better. And I don't know. Like I know they did it with practical effects prior to AI. So is this just a evolution in tool that it should be okay? I'm kind of mostly okay with it, but that is also with written consent from the person you're using the likeness of.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and I think that's kind of the biggest thing is like, so many artists and people are just losing out due to what AI is capable of. But there's also
Yeah.
things being gained from it too. Like, I guess if you look at it, there's people putting stuff up on Etsy, or some of these other retailers, and it's AI generated images that were pretty much effortlessly put up there, and they're selling things which, could be real, or there's cheap knockoffs. Like I know one of the examples I've seen recently, the Corridor Crew. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Definitely check out their
Yeah.
YouTube channel. They just
Mhm.
did a thing recently on like AI stuff and Christmas ornaments. How like there's a picture that was generated by AI and it looks really nice, almost like 3D, but you get the real thing and it's just like a cheap sticker stuck inside some plastic.
Right.
So I don't like the misleading factor of what AI is
Mhm.
doing, which I'll let you respond to that before I go and put to my next thought. But have
No,
you
you're
seen
right.
any of
That
that?
I mean, yeah, I do, and I was gonna add to that is, or I was going to also cover that. Like I've seen a lot of the Christmas ornaments lately,
Yeah.
um, like on TikTok, even advertised of like the Grinch, doing things, and in a lot of cases too. I don't know if you've noticed or if it's just me for whatever reason, but like a lot of like sexualized 3D like Christmas ornaments, um, which is really odd. But like,
I have
uh,
some of those pop up on my Facebook, oddly enough,
uh okay.
which is weird.
Um, yeah, and it's like, "Oh, get this picture of 2 Grinches doing it," and it's like, "What?
Yep,
Who
I've
would
seen.
who would
Yep,
want that?" Like, that's
yep.
what the hell?
I
But
mean,
yeah,
if
I
the
know,
Mr. and Mrs. is a huge Grinch fan, maybe
I guess I guess, and
everyone's
like to
got their
show off their
kinks, right?
horniness on their Christmas tree. I'm not here to judge. This is judge-free zone.
I mean, we're
Um
judging AI, but
Yeah. So something before you move on, Ned, if it's okay,
sure,
I do wanna call something out because we're talking about AI, right? And
right.
and if you are on our socials, you'll probably notice that our extras posts are using AI art. So I post a post that says, here's the episode title and here's some things and all that stuff. And that's all done through AI. Love it or hate it. That's just the way I've taken it.
Mhm.
You can clearly tell it's AI, in a lot of cases of like, I think in our 90s episode, um, it has like thought bubbles of like movies and it's generic covers that look like 90s like cassette tape boxes, but the titles are misspelled. There's actors that aren't supposed to be in those films on those films. So there's definitely no quality there. So in that fact, I look at it and say like, the argument of like, yeah, the take me or drag me to the movies podcast is, stealing money out of a graphic designer's pocket, right? Um,
Yeah,
you know, but at that point though, look at what I'm outputting. It's not quality. You know what I mean? It's
no,
it's it's something.
it's saving time,
Right.
and yes, that now I guess the question is, if we weren't doing that, would we be pursuing the option to have unique art per episode, or would it be something that we would just generate once and then be done? I have a
Why
feeling it'd
that's
be that.
right. Well, I mean, you and I right now don't invest a ton of money into this because the
Right,
podcast
right,
doesn't make any money.
right. The podcast is
So
not
that's the other
making money. Yep.
right, that's the other side of it. So, uh, yeah, so I again, I understand that, like, putting that out there and again, it's not like I'm disclosing something that's I've been trying to keep private or anything like that. You
Right,
clearly
right.
tell that it's AI driven stuff. I
Yep.
just want to put that out there for full transparency that or I shouldn't say I, on behalf of the podcast, do utilize AI for, some of our posts. So, just wanted to put that out there as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of different things like, between using AI or, copyright free music or whatever. I know for me, I use AI myself for certain things. Usually if it's anything art related, I'll use it for kind of like inspiration, because I can then take the idea and actually put something together in like some type of vector graphic application.
Mhm.
Um, but I also use it heavily for research. I don't typically do much with video presently with AI. But yeah, I'm the person who tends to like to make my own things, even for my like streaming and stuff like that. I've always kind of been that way, where I tinker and learn things and find ways to improve processes. Um, but with AI, it's definitely helped speed some of that up for me, which I really appreciate. Like editing
Mhm.
the podcast, like that used to be a 2 to 3 hour endeavor. But now, Resolve has the AI built into it that can remove silence for me automatically. Like that is a huge time save. I appreciate AI lifting that for me, which I think I'm not taking away from anyone's job. That's just helping me do my job better. So I see
Right.
both sides. There's pros and cons. I don't know what is better for society in the long run. Are we going to have Skynet come at us? There's all types of directions things could go. Do you have any input into,
Uh,
the creative side, or, the fact that AI might be taking jobs, or
yeah, so I don't know. I look at it a couple ways, right? Like, so AI will definitely take people's jobs at some point. That's just going to happen. I don't know if it's
in some
soon.
way?
I don't
Yes.
know. Right, right. Same thing with like, I mean, it's still AI, self-driven cars.
Hmm.
They'll take probably public transit jobs away at some point. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be a time, and I think, and this isn't to be political, but I think Obama at one point was talking about the need for us to start talking about, I forget what it's called, but basically where the government pays everybody a wage, kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yep. Because there's not going to be enough
Because
jobs to go around.
right, right, and again, it's not to say that people aren't needed or anything like that. It's just
Hmm.
that's the way the world has been heading. Is that, we've automated a lot. We're automating more.
Yep.
Technology is outpacing, in some cases what the human can do, and you
It's
know,
exponentially growing, and we're not
right,
adapting fast enough.
right, and in some cases, I don't know that we can, right? Some things can just outpace,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
uh, the human nature. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I mean, there's right now though, I think AI for the most part is only taking simple jobs away from people. You
Yeah,
know,
like, I see it really helping, like, especially with, like, AI agents, and I haven't really had a negative experience working with an, AI agent per se. I don't know if you have,
no, I don't have a
but
whole lot of experience with them, a few, but I've never had like a terrible experience.
okay. Well, I think where I'm coming at this is like there are things like support individuals are paid for where they have to actually talk to people to kind of get an understanding of like what's the problem is, and there's a lot of cases where
Mm.
they're dealing with some high level items, but they also have some lower level ones, which is like, oh, my password needs changed or something like that. Having an AI bot come in to help someone with those lower level things and allow you to focus more time on those higher level things, I think is really where AI comes in and helps. Um,
Right,
Now, it coming in and the company not seeing value in the employee and like looking to leverage them in a new way, that I have a problem with. Um, if they are starting to try and say AI is replacing your job, that I think is a problem that really is a company uh, point of view that needs to be looked at. Like you should see value in the person too. Just you know, determine what is the best stage. And, if you find it something for this person to do and there's a disagreement, then maybe that's where separation happens. But I don't want to see people losing entire jobs because of AI.
right. Yep. I agree. I agree. Even with the creative side of jobs like social medias, graphic artists and stuff like that,
Hmm.
I feel like, yeah, those are probably some of the ones that'll lose jobs first, but I feel like companies are gonna pay for it, you know? Um,
Oh my God, yes, they already
they're
are.
gonna they're gonna they're gonna lose that the creativity that's there that people can add that
Hmm.
AI can't at the moment. AI is only as good as the prompt that you're given.
Right.
sure, it can do some real fancy stuff, but I still think most of us would agree that like a hand done, graphic art, or I wouldn't say even hand done, but like, human guided is probably going to be much better quality than an AI one.
Yeah,
Um,
which I agree with that. I do think there's maybe some issues where you have like a professional artist for someone who's just getting started. I definitely think AI is going to make it more challenging for someone who's just getting started. Um,
yeah, you're probably right.
which
You're probably
that
right.
is, I think, just a sad thing that's going to happen until you have either enough practice or someone is willing to give you enough work until you kind of get your skill set up. It's probably going to be challenging. Uh, but the professionals who are
Right.
already well established, I think that they're in a better position. Now, granted, AI is just going to mimic kind of what they do and learn. Uh, so it's going to be challenging in the art field for sure, no matter what.
Yeah,
I mean, did you
absolutely.
see the controversy about, Call of Duty and what they did?
I heard about it, but I didn't look into it. What did they do?
So they have a bunch of, like I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's, like, events or game modes or something, but they have, like, background images on the different options, and you can tell they're all AI generated images. So instead of
Oh,
paying someone to kinda create those and make them look cohesive, they're just AI prompted garbage.
oh wow.
Yeah. So,
That's an
there's tons of
interesting
stuff
take.
like that I really wish companies valued their employees more, but, the companies, they're sadly about money, and if this ends up
Right.
being a cheaper viable option for them, that's again circling back to what you were talking about with Obama, where I feel society needs to wake the hell up and, you know, if there aren't gonna be enough jobs, there has to be something to establish. Now, I think it's easier in some other countries because they don't have, the keeping up with the Joneses mentality that America has as
Right.
heavily, I would say. There's always people like trying to one up each other, like, hey, grass is greener over there. Why can't I have that too? That's just kind of an American mentality. I'm sure it exists elsewhere, but it's probably the worst here. Which I don't know how that mentality in a society that operates where you get like a baseline salary, I don't know how those coexist. In my head, it it's definitely a challenge. I don't know if
Right.
it's definitely probably not going to happen in my lifetime, but it's definitely something that needs to be evaluated.
Yep, agreed. So you mentioned Call of Duty. I had a
Hmm.
talking point about how I think AI has been handled appropriately in video games,
Okay.
and I was curious if you were aware of this, or not. But a game you and I've been playing, Arc Raiders,
Yes.
leverages AI. Did you know that?
Um, I'm sure. Like I wasn't fully aware of what it is or how it's using it, but it makes sense.
Okay, so the two ways that they've come out and talked about it, the studio Embark is talked about is um, NPC dialogue and for enemy AI. So like the way the enemies react. So with NPC dialogue, they have paid voice actors to uh, do their lines and stuff, but they've also I think, and I don't know exactly the details, but have somehow contracted with them to use their voices to generate new lines if need be throughout
Okay.
the
Yeah.
the life of the game.
Yeah.
Since it's a live service game, it's not like a we create a story mode and we're done.
And they're compensated for it?
Yes.
Then yeah,
So
that's a
and from my
perfectly
understanding, all the voice
fair.
actors were okay with this. So
Yeah. Yeah. Then that
um
I think is perfectly acceptable.
right. And then the other way was through enemy AI. So if you've not played Arc Raiders, there's a lot of like enemies that are robotic and like example the drones, Ned, like
Mhm.
the Wasp and the Hornet, right? You shoot out one of their propellers, they go all wonky and then they stabilize. That's actual AI computing how they need to stabilize
Yeah.
so that they can fight back. So like not anything like super substantial, but it's kind of cool to think that it's not like a normal behavior of like I shot a propeller off a thing, it's going to do this like weird loop animation and
Right.
then cycle back.
Yep.
It's actually computing like how something like that would try to regain stabilization to fight back. So
Yeah, and that's kinda
it's pretty
cool.
cool and
Yeah.
it shows in the game. Like I think the quality of it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are ways that AI can be leveraged, I think, ethically. um, and I'd like to see more of it. The other thing too, talking ethically, Ned, one of the things I do on the side is charity work.
Mhm.
You as well.
Yeah.
And there's a convention near to us that we work at, and the convention has taken a no AI art platform.
Okay.
So they won't bring any vendors in that have AI art, which I think is a good idea. Because
Mm.
I feel like that's a cheap way of making a buck, you
Right.
know, and at those things, right? Like,
Which
because I could prompt Spider-Man images and
oh,
then
yeah.
print them
Well,
and make money off that, right? So,
yeah, I think that's, in general, I'm okay with that for now. I don't know down the line, it might be more of a if you're using AI, you should at least inform the people that you're using AI because, like, I did
right.
go to, essentially, it's like a craft show type thing around me, and my god, just going there, like, it was nothing but food, hay bales, and pretty much every vendor that was there was selling some type of, like, AI, IP related art on something. In a lot of cases, it was like a tumbler. There were tumblers
Mm.
put inside coffee mugs that looked like bongs. Um,
Yeah,
like it is all just like crap that people are just throwing images on things and selling them. Which, if you buy a Cricut or whatever and buy things in bulk, selling it, you're making some money. Um, it's kind of like the old flea markets and people being able to sell woodcraft or stuff like that. But I
right.
feel like it's a completely scummy feeling to me.
Mhm.
Like I respect the hustle, wanting to do that and make money, port whatever you're trying to do, but at the same time, it's just like this is really the quality of art we're getting from things now, and that kind of makes me sad. So I have a feeling it's going to be a matter of filtering through all the shit, because even like you look at YouTube and comparing that to TikTok and stuff, you have a lot of garbage out there. There's some people that believe in, putting out the quality videos, and there's a few channels that do that. But then there's everyone else that's like, let's throw all the shit at the wall and see what sticks. And that I don't like.
Right. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So yeah, I don't really have any other talking points myself. Um,
Yeah, we pretty much covered in some facet everything I wanted to as well.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how AI continues on. I know at least since AI has become a thing, uh, in my lifetime, it's definitely made some huge leaps. Uh, a couple times now,
Oh yeah.
especially in the
Yeah.
video realm.
Yes.
And it's getting interesting. Definitely interesting. The artifacting that were like telltale signs are starting to become harder and harder to find.
Yeah.
And I worry the day that there is no artifacting or there is no easy way, you know, especially for those that don't critically think at what they're consuming,
True.
or don't have the capacity to critically think yet, like our younger
True.
younger
Easily impressionable as well.
folks, right? So I don't know. It's one of those things, just like social media. It's a blessing and it's also a curse in some ways. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I'd be curious though what our listeners and viewers have to think about AI. Are you guys embracing our AI overlords, or are you not so much into it? Let us know.
Or
Let
is
us know on
this
our social medias.
I was just gonna
What's
say, is
that?
this also speeding up Skynet or Idiocracy more? Let us
Could
know.
be. Yeah, absolutely. You can let us know on Facebook or Threads at the. Well, hold on. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while, Ned. At the Movies Pod, right?
Oh
Or
gosh.
or
It
at To the
is
Movies Pod.
To the Movies Pod on Threads and
At
Facebook.
to Yeah, it's To the Movies Pod, and then on
Yes.
YouTube we're at the Movies Pod.
Yes.
Okay, good. I got there. I
You got
take
there.
2 weeks off, and I'm just a mess.
Write that down.
But yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have AI write me my script moving forward. But Ned, thanks for joining me on this AI adventure and discussion, and I look forward to next week when we watch. Which movie are we watching?
We're gonna watch a Christmas movie, Dear Santa with Jack Black. But yeah, no
All
problem, man.
right.
It was a fun conversation.
All right. Until next time. Bye bye.
Bye.